Hello everyone. This is going to be short. And I was supposed to bring this up. Yes, I am still here. And I know some did see that video and know that I found out how and what they were trying to do. Now, I might be God's baby, okay? As I said. And so that makes it right, thinking, oh, I'm God's baby. And it's not only with me, it's other, chosen ones and all that. But to let you know, like I said, you don't want to listen, keep going. Go find somewhere where you'll listen. I'm not talking about just my videos. I'm speaking about for you to do what you did, or trying to do, I should say, that you go into the spirit. And it's not only that. Yeah, I can see around me, wherever I go. If you don't want to listen, well, you didn't. All the signs and what you were told by spirit, that's not my problem. Okay? And you think that because it didn't catch up to you, or, you think that you are, hiding what's been returning from others. You're hiding it from others. You might from, other ones, because you probably told them, well, if you help me do this, I'll get healed, and everything will be okay. More lies. You do not know what I did, okay? With, my conversations with God. And yes, that was signed, sealed, and delivered to by Him. I know what you tried to do. And because you think that, don't realize also that I am constantly, fighting the spiritual battles and trying to do everything that I have to do at a normal daily routine, and etc., etc. That, I don't get exhausted or tired or whatever. Well, I only need, which is the truth, only maybe 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Sometimes, 4, maybe max 5, but that's rare. But what you did, thinking that you're going to bring back everything over and over again. You didn't want to listen when I said that's not going to happen. all all the innocent ones. It's not our fault that, what you're going through. Don't you think that we all went through it too? But the thing is, it doesn't give you the right thinking that because, I am God's baby and that, everything, you think that it's okay to be, push everything onto me, or, not only me, again, that it's okay. Oh, I can handle it. Yeah, I can. And I even spoke about that, all the stuff that you play with that you do not understand, or you don't care. Well, it's probably both. And that you are constantly, tampering with, spirit, the moon rituals and whatever, flipping whatever, how you do things. I'm not going to go down the list. I mean, that it's okay. Each time you open up and do things and all that, you don't realize that it's all coming back to you, and you are bringing, it depends. Whoever you're trying to, bring forth, you're not only bringing them. But you see, I'm not the only one that is tired of where you think by pushing whatever off onto others, again, not only me, and making, pushing off, let them take the blame, while you think, oh, well, I'm entitled, I'm being granted, by doing all this, I'll just continue. And I'll sit here like a princess or a prince and, continue to do all this, and I don't have to lift a finger. Well, for you to do that, you need to work at it. And it doesn't matter how much money you make or how much, whatever you do. Stop being freaking lazy. And stop, having a big head. Thinking, oh, wow, I have all this. I don't, I'm entitled and I'm allowed to do whatever. No. So, what I did, and what I said before, instead of ruining, what you've done to my family, off them, or, attempted, and that it goes, back to, your bloodline and all that. Well, some might be innocent and they're being attacked for all what you did. Thinking that it will wake you to freak up and realize, oh, wow, what did I do? No, doesn't faze you. As long as you get what you want, Well, not anymore. Instead of the innocence being ruined or, taken, way too young before their time, it's all going to go back to you. And playing in spirit and playing with other people's lives and their career and their love life and etc., etc. Not anymore. Other than what you guys were trying to do, I had others doing the same thing. Okay? All at once. Okay? Now, that's normal for me. But this time, I don't know. It was kind of different. Where it was a lot than of my, the 10 different groups that I had. But you keep forgetting most were already caught. I don't know what happened to them, and I don't really give a flying blank. Once you disrespected me, once you, lost my trust and my loyalty, could have, not be best friends or whatever. You lost all that. And you lost of, oh yeah, that's my telling people a whole bunch of lies that I'm doing this, I'm doing that, whatever. I don't do revenge. But that does not mean that I'm going to stick up for myself and my family. And again, I am not going to say who I mean. I already did. And other than them that I protect, I also will protect the innocent ones. Now it's time for all of you to pay your own dues and learn from it. Now it depends. Like I said, I gave everything to God and to Spirit, okay, to handle everything. I don't know what they're going to do. And, like I said, it depends on what you did, that you will get punished accordingly, okay? You could, just get, a fine tacked on, or you'll go to jail, or prison, or on that island all by yourselves with no contact, with any of us. That's not up to me. But I've been patient. I let things ride. Not anymore. Because once you got even more to join you, no. And me, speaking to God every day, my daddy, my father, and learning. Oh yeah. And remembering from my past life and before that. You'll never know what I can do. You'll never know who I really am. Because, like I said, I change. I could be whoever comes out. Remember, I learned from the best, the master. And remember, we are highly protected, you know, my family and myself. And I am here to give out God's messages to whoever, or just whatever He tells me. And to not only protect my family, to protect the innocent ones. And as I said in my last video, everyone should be protecting each other instead of going against each other. And letting ones think that they are friggin' entitled. It's one thing, doing whatever, in plain sight. And, you shouldn't do that. You should be protecting. But it's another thing, doing things in spirit, through spirit, and all that, when a lot of ones do not know anything about it and don't believe in it. Because everything had to be hush-hush and a secret. And don't twist that, thinking that, everyone should know about it. This way, like all of you who does it for the wrong way, thinking, oh, wow, that sounds fun. Let's do it. Just like you guys, not researching what really could happen, or you heard about it. Oh, yeah, it runs in the family, Or you learned from it because it's on TV or in the movies, whatever, how you, thought about it. In the movies and TV and all that, yeah, it's entertainment. But when you do stuff like that, even when you are doing it, you should still protect yourselves, because you never know if you're doing a real ritual or whatever. When you do anything with magic or whatever, you never know. Even if it's, like I said, playing around or whatever, you should never do that, because you never know who you can hurt. And it will come back to you even more. And the only reason why I know that it was different, I mentioned that you tried to hide and, thinking that you were, good, that you were trying to protect and all that. No, I know the difference. And what happened, a while ago, you thought that you could sneak in? Okay. And you thought that you would, play around with my health and bring back my friggin' migraines? Think again. Yeah, I have to admit, it did come back. That was because I was too busy trying to do, well, you know, slay all of you. Everything that was coming, you're sending, that you were sending. There's no more playing games now. You're going to play my game. See if you can run. I told you, you really did mess with the wrong person. And you better look up that Italian kiss. That's what I was told to say. See, you could take that 2 ways. Okay? 2 ways. I have my own. What it means. You better be careful with what spirit, well, God, my dad, the one that brought me up, down here. And we all know how he got up there. But also how they're going to give it. You played too far. Yeah, I know it comes with the territory, my journey, and because I chose it. I chose it. When everyone else, in the family, families didn't want it. But that doesn't give you the right to push things onto others. No more. No more. I don't give a crap. I had enough of the bull. And no, I'm not angry. Where you think that I'm going to take revenge. Oh, no. No. You see, other than I have spirit, God, and who he got. Remember, I also have people down here that, all around the world. So be careful. And remember, I can also be right behind you. And you won't even know it. You wanted to play? Game on. That you already lost. Because remember I said, in spirit, everything was already done. And I didn't stick around to see where you ended up. I really don't care. See, I know when to leave. And I still know not to be in other people's business until you get into mine. So, they wanted me to say all this to let you know I can heal fast, too. I might still have my migraine. That's going away, though. But I also did something in between, all that, trying out and stuff. So it's not all from all of you. So don't get a big head. You should have left it all alone. Especially, you should have been, thinking of ways or learning how to, not have what runs in families and all that. How do you think that it got there? Other than what's going on, people putting things in foods and, or, spraying and stuff like that to continue. But I'm not going to get into it because, I don't know anything enough about it, what all that is. I just know what runs in families and how it got there. But that doesn't give you the right to bypass it and throw it on to others and make sure that they stay, ill or tired or whatever. BS. Bull crap. Okay? You should have left that alone. Because now it's coming back to you. You can't even imagine. Along with the other stuff, like I said. I don't mind speaking to people. I don't mind or whatever. But don't come to me for the wrong reasons. And don't come to me or, send things or whatever. Oh, yeah, people, they have all these, whatever. They're going out with this one. They're going to, I don't know how many times, other than others or whatever. I don't know how many times people keep coming up to me, saying, oh, congratulations, I didn't know you got married. I'm not. I mean, back then, yeah, I did have that I was married. I was supposed to. But people made sure that, But it didn't matter. Even if people do put up there, that doesn't stop people to say, oh, let's go out or whatever. It's like, and you bring it up to them. I have somebody. That means, okay, you go to somebody that, doesn't really care of cheating. I don't cheat, okay? So now, you're not going to expect what you think you're going to get. You can't imagine how worse it's going to be. And it's not my problem. You all did it to yourselves by continuing and continuing. And bringing in new ones, and new ones. Yeah, they're going to get it. It depends on what they did. But because you keep bringing in innocent ones, huh, it will get you even more from bringing in the innocent ones. So, go ahead, continue. I don't care. Because it's now. Now, I did put my foot down and says, God, you're all done. So, now it's time for me to go. But anyway, everyone else, thank you. Hold on. Come here. Enough. You're done. Okay? You're done too. You be good. You be good. Everyone, thank you for being here and joining our Team Empire. And thank you, for listening. And I hope all helps. And remember, don't let anyone fill lies into your head. Check it out. And, do things the right way. You can make a difference. And continue to. Well, now I have to go. So everyone, thank you again, all around the world. Ciao.